G'day everyone, and welcome to episode 8 of Yowie, Search for Stray Sasquatch. Well, here I am in another new location, continuing my search to find evidence and increase understanding of the Yowie, Australia's Bigfoot, Australia's Sasquatch. If Yowies are attracted to mosquitoes, then I'm onto a winner today, because they're everywhere. I'm in a location which I hand-picked, but had to backtrack a significant portion because the terrain was just too difficult. I was going to get myself into a situation I couldn't get out of. It's quite steep in this part of the world. But today I'm out here looking for evidence and hopefully encouraging interactions with the big guy. I'm in a location that it feels very special. There's lots of xanthorrhoeas, a sacred tree. There's some beautiful rock formations. Let's hope for something to happen today. I'm keen for a good one. I hope you guys are up for it. So let's get this show on the road. It's quite a interesting thing here. Now, I'm not claiming that Australian animals don't make little mounds or little nests. I know the brush turkey absolutely makes mounds significantly larger than this. But not 10 meters away from where I'm camping is this really unusual mound. Clearing. I mean, look at that. Clear as day, absolutely a clearing. I don't know what to make of it. It's large. I could curl up in a ball there quite easily. I guess the jury is out in regards to Yowies and this, you know, whether they sleep, whether they nest, whether they even spend time long enough to need to build something like this in the bush. I'm not even sure. But as per always, I'll point them out to you guys and leave you to make up your decision. There's a couple of them around the place, big ones, small ones. It's not just a one-off. Now, initial impressions of this place is that there's not a lot of obvious activity from the get-go. As you scan around and look around, nothing jumps out at you, but that doesn't actually mean anything. Look, I feel like this is an old one here too. That's an old one. Oh, here we go. What have we found here? Something's died here, something's had dinner here. The whole carcass is scattered through this area. So there's like some kind of, I don't know. I'm not good with skull identification. I know it's an obvious one, it's nothing mysterious. Looks about the size of a dog or a cat. There's big front teeth. Maybe kangaroo, wallaby? I don't know, gnawing front teeth. Anyway, that might shed some light on those mounds though. I'm so happy I'm recording when I found this. Check this out. It's natural shelter, but it's so hollowed out inside. Like I could put a sleeping bag in here. Now, I'm not sitting here telling you that this is a Yowie's like little home away from home, but I am telling you that it very well could be a home away from home for anything. This is a really good natural shelter, like really good. I mean, if Yowies do have shelters on the surface like this, then I believe this would start to qualify. But it's definitely not a structure as such, because all of this is vines, accumulation of vines over decades. But yeah, it's much cooler in here. There's not much happening on the floor at all, really. There's no weird smells. Two people could sleep in this. One sleeping bag here, one sleeping bag here. Totally. Two-person shelter. Not bad. And just to point it out, there's another one here. The only real reason I'm pointing it out is because I'm looking, look, over my shoulder. That's the one I just showed you. Now right there is another one. Just through there is the campsite. Got another nesty, moundy looking thing. We got a clear path. Let's pursue it. What's in there? I'm gonna have to take that with me. That could start a bushfire. I have no idea what that actually is. Alright, so we'll just continue on. Another mound. These mounds are everywhere. Just continuing on down here. It's a fairly clear little path. I'm still extremely close to my tent. All things considered. Push through a little bit more. This is where I'm very glad I have gators. The tree stomp's got a lot of love, a lot of attention. How's this for a conspiracy theory? Right, this is what I found. A perfect glass, hollowed out sphere, globe. What the hell did this come off? I can't think of a single thing. I'm trying to think some kind of electrical thing. I'm sorry, some kind of like mechanical car thing. I can't think of anything. So then I get to thinking even more, and I'm like, what if this is like an arsonist's tool? The sun is magnified when it passes through not surfaces, not objects, materials like glass, like the magnifying glass effect when you're a kid, you know? What if an arsonist just lobs this into the bush, knowing that there's a very high chance it'll land in some very dry leaf litter and end up catching that leaf litter on fire on a hot day? Seriously, I wonder. It's crazy. What else is the use of it? Like, tell me what else is the use for this. I'm happy to hear ideas, but as of right now, it's my twin brother. Brother, I miss you. Never leave me again. Anyway, tell me what you think. I think my theory is at least, it sounds cool. So I've just been relaxing, pretty much just doing what you're looking at here. I did have that walk. You know, it's those mounds are interesting, but I mean, really, nothing too significant, if honest. It's a nice area, though. And I mean, the fact that I'm surrounded by a literal ring of xantharias right next to an exposed rock face is really good juju, really good energy. The smoke's working a treat. The mozzies are leaving me alone. You know, 90% reduction in mosquitoes since I started the fire. So that's much welcomed and appreciated. And it's the kind of phase of this little journey now where kind of fate kind of steers the ship a little bit, because I've settled in, I've sussed out the immediate environment, I've identified a walk. I have identified a walk that I will be taking tomorrow morning. There was one unusual whistle. Sounded, I don't know if the camera's picking that up. Sounded a little bit like that, but deeper and closer and just interesting. I didn't think anything of it, but I'm just reporting everything, as is the approach. So I guess the waiting game continues, right? Cool chair too. Getting to that time of night now where business usually picks up. So we're hoping that something will go down in this trip, because so far it's been another one of those quiet ones, eh? That's right, we've got a walk tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to that. That should be interesting to look at. Hopefully find some structures or similar. Just a really nice spot. I mean, yeah, it's a bit on the cramped side, but it's done the job today. There's been no one at all arrive. I haven't had any cars at all up on the ridge, which is great. So now I'm just, waiting for the night to fall, waiting for something to happen. But we just keep on waiting. Beautiful night. Well, it's a gorgeous night, but it's too quiet for my liking. It's just like, you know, the most peaceful night ever, but we don't... I mean, we appreciate the peace. We? Who's we? Why do I always do that? I appreciate the peace. You know, something else would be, I guess, fun too, you know, a little bit of Yowie interaction. Would be a pretty good time. About 8 o'clock, so, you know, it's a whole lot of nothing going on. And I guess that's just how the cookie crumbles. We've reached that point where we've sat out. Well, I'd had my meditation, really relaxing, really nice. Sitting on the floor here in the tent to get away from the mosquitoes. Nothing to speak of otherwise. We just had a really quiet night, and now it's time to go to bed. So I'm going to go to sleep. I don't have the fly on tonight, so if there's anything funky outside, I'll be able to see it, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning. It's time for a walk. Oh, look, there is a track here. Okay, that's really interesting. Wow, look at this wide open area. Completely out of nowhere. What's this? It's an interesting structure. Some logs sticking out at all sorts of weird angles, but it's so dense in there I can't tell what it is. This may have been an ancient structure, not ancient, but a very old structure that is just completely entangled now. It's thick, you couldn't walk through that if you tried. But I can see big logs all coming to an asterisk center right there. You can hardly see them. This is an old structure, man. Time has reclaimed that one. We're going to have to move on. Check out this. Think it's safe? Wrong. You're just pushing the wrong... Look at that. Look at that. Wow. My gut feeling told me not to step there. Jesus. Would have been up to my neck. Dude. I believe what I've walked through here is an absolute boulder field that's so ancient. There's a literal forest floor growing on top of the boulders, but there's huge just crevices that you just can't see scattered all the way around. This is definitely an old path, but just I don't know why. I don't know why it's here. It's dead ends everywhere. Look at that big old square boulder. Well, considering how hard going it is on the other side of the mountain, I should have come down this side. It's so much easier. Another one of these mounds. What are these mounds? They are literally everywhere. I think this is a very, very old access road, old fire trail or something. I think where all these grasses are used to be the road. started to climb this hill a little bit. It's quite a nice spot, but I don't really fancy there'd be too much happening up here. Oh, all right. There's just another false floor back there again. This is clearly a lot of boulders collapsed down here, and just over the centuries they just get covered up completely with the floor. But that's the second time that's happened now, so that's officially dangerous. And I already fell down a huge hole before climbing a log, so I think I'm gonna head back because these are getting dangerous here. If I'm honest, I can't really see anything at all. There's nothing happening here. I mean, it's a beautiful location, but I just don't see any signs of anything here, unfortunately. So I'm gonna go back down there, walk through the grasses, and head back to camp, because unfortunately, as beautiful as this is, it's a bust. Back at base camp now. So that walk was interesting, a good 20-minute hike, not long. But I've never experienced anything like that. The floor was not a reliable surface. It could just literally, like if I didn't stick that stick, my gut feeling said don't step there, I literally would have been up to my shoulders, and I don't know what I would have done. Crazy. But anyway, guys, unfortunately, with that walk bearing few fruits, that's a hard thing to say first thing in the morning, I believe this has brought an end to another episode. As we know, if Yowies were easy to find, they would have been found by now. So thanks for watching. This has been Yowie, Finding Australia's Sasquatch, and I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy, guys. Bye for now.